An Uncharted VR game. Wait, what? Zach, please share with us this bold prediction for the Sony E3 2016 press conference. Hey, man.
Hey man, yeah. So it's gonna be the year of VR. Obviously, it's very hyped up across the board. We have the PSVR that's gonna be releasing soon after E3 in October, if I remember correctly. Then we're also gonna have the PlayStation 4 Neo, which is sort of built for VR in a sense because they want to have the more stable frame rates, and it was sort of in response to that. And then we are going to have games to sort of hype up that particular platform. And what franchise is something that you would think would be in a VR setting in some form? I think Uncharted. I mean, there's a lot of very awesome ways that they could do this, because when you think of Uncharted, obviously it's third person, but what if you go into first person mode with Drake, and you are going through some of the cool sort of set piece events of all the different Uncharteds, and just to sort of showcase how awesome VR is. It doesn't have to be a lengthy game. It could just be a bunch of random awesome experiences that sort of highlight Uncharted as an entirety, and sort of what VR could be moving forward, and sort of a little test for Naughty Dog moving forward. If they end up wanting to do something with VR, they might be interested to sort of play around with the different technology. So this would be a good time for them to do it in a small scale that's not going to cost them a lot, but still might sell a good bit because it has the Uncharted name associated with it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I talked to a lot of developers, and they all said, "Yes, I want to make a VR game. Yeah, that would be super interesting." And we see a ton of developers do that. And Naughty Dog is like one of the top tier developers. I mean, they just released Uncharted 4. Everyone loves it. It's amazing. I also played it. It's insane, and I would love to experience some of the weird sequences that Drake is always getting into in VR. And I think that some like conversations, for example, a conversation with Sully or Elena, would be fun as well. And in the Uncharted 4 game, there are some moments, not a lot, but where you can choose like one of the three options that you say, and then the other character will react. Well, that could also be like a little section of the game where you just talk with the character, because the acting is so good. It just feels like you are really talking with a person. So yeah, I think this is a super interesting prediction, and like an idea as well, a wish or something. It will be super awesome. I think that Sony needs to show some awesome games for VR, for PlayStation VR, because the lineup right now doesn't really do it. And also, and that's why I think this Uncharted prediction is also really good, could be real. They don't have they have like their big franchise. They have Ratchet and Clank, they have Uncharted, they have God of War, but nothing is connected with VR yet. So they need like a big set piece and a game that people already remember and will go out and buy the VR for. So I think an Uncharted VR game is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. It would definitely advertise VR very well, because it would be a big game that would hype a lot of people up, even if it's something small. I don't think it would be large scale at all. There's really no way a developer like Naughty Dog would spend so much time on something for it to only be sold by just in the thousands and not hundreds of thousands, because VR is going to be very tiny initially. A lot of people, they're hyped for it, but it's expensive. And so it's going to take a while for them to get a big enough user base to make big AAA titles for VR. So little experiences like an Uncharted VR will drive some sales of the platform and make it a lot larger than it would have been. And I'll be buying a PSVR more than likely on Amazon. That way I could return it after 30 days if I'm not really that impressed with it, or they don't really announce anything that will make me want to keep it. So I definitely hope that there will be something when I get my PSVR that will make me want to sort of keep it, to show me the potential of the platform, instead of it just sort of being another gimmick like a 3D TV or motion control, stuff like that, that isn't really there just yet, but might be something in the future, a couple iterations down the line.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So awesome, an Uncharted VR game. Let me know what you think, and what do you want to see if this is real. What set pieces do you want to see, or what conversations do you want to have in this game? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks a lot, Zach, again, and you can check out our prediction videos for the third party and first party developers on his channel. So I put a link down in the description below. And obviously for a ton more bold predictions, you're already at the right place. Hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. And yeah, thanks a lot, Zach, again, and goodbye.
Goodbye.